Howdy guys, lovely to see you all again. I've been messing around with some hammer-ons from nowhere and some fast building legato runs, and I came up with this cool little lick that I have dubbed the Aeolian Mitten Buster Legato. Anyway, let's take a look. Alright guys, let's go through this at a gentleman's pace. So what I'm doing at the start, all that jazz, I'm essentially working with sort of 6 notes at a time, but I'm turning it into 9 by adding in some hammer-ons from nowhere and making it a bit more interesting. So I'm using A minor or Aeolian if you want to be modally specific, and I'm starting with a hammer-on 5, 7, 8 on the 6th string, and instead of going straight up the diatonic this way, I'm doing a hammer-on from 5 to 7 on the 5th, and then hammering on from nowhere to 8 of the 6th string. That's going to give you this sound. So that's going to save me from having to do any weird hybrid picking or alternate picking to get that extra note in it. After that hammer-on from nowhere, I'm going to do 5, 7, 8 as a hammer-on on the 5th string, and that's going to sort of give us that 9-note grouping I was talking about. We're going to carry that idea over across that sort of 4-stringed 3-note per string idea. So what I'm going to do for the second group is this. I'm going to repeat 5, 7, 8 again on the 5th string, and then hammer 5, 7 on the 4th, and do a hammer-on from nowhere to 8 of the string above. That's going to give us this. Then to finish that, I'm going to hammer 5, 7, 9 on the 4th string. So thus far, we should have 2 groups of 9. And then if I carry that up the scale, I'm going to have this. So let's slow that down. I'm playing 5, 7, 9 on the 4th, 5, 7 on the 3rd, hammer on from nowhere back up to the 4th string, and then I'm finishing that off by playing 5, 7, 9 on the 3rd. So now we should have sort of 3 groups of that idea. And the good thing is you can get that really, really fast legato sound and not have to worry too much about the picking with a cheeky hammer-on from nowhere. What I do from that point is just take it up the octave. So we're going to start with sort of these kind of 12 notes, which is the same as that up the octave, and we're going to use the same premise that we had before. So I'm going to hammer 7, 9, 10 on the 4th string, and then hammer 7, 9 on the 3rd, and then jump back up to the 4th. And to finish that off, we've got our 9-note grouping again. Then from here, this one's a little bit tricky because of the position. I'm going to play 7, 9, 10 on the 3rd string, and then hammer 8, 10 on the 2nd, and then go back to 10 of the 3rd. So you're going to see I have to do a silly twist here. At the end of that, I'm going to hammer, what have I got here? 8, 10, 12. So of the second octave of this, we've got this much. Then the last group is relatively straightforward. I'm playing 8, 10, 12 on the 2nd, 8, 10 at the 1st, then hammering on from nowhere up to 12 for the 2nd string. At the end of that, hammering 8, 10, 12. And that's both octaves of the whole idea. So let's do that and then work through the last silly little lick. Then from there, I work into this phrase. So what I'm essentially doing is just, it's kind of working through that Aeolian 3-note per string shape, but I'm just working between A and G at the end to get more of a minor resolve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you the whole scale in its boring descended fashion, and then we can add the pattern to it. I'm going to play 13, 12, 10 on the 1st and 2nd string, 12, 10, 9 on the 3rd and 4th, and then 12, 10 on the 5th. So all together. Okay, then I'm going to add this in. So it sounds like a lot of notes, and it is, but the pattern is quite simple. So we're going to be playing 13, 12, 10 on the 1st, then 12, 10 again, and then I jump to the 2nd string. From that point, I'm going to play 10 of the 1st, 13, 12 on the 2nd, and then 13, 12, 10 on the 2nd. So all together. Then from that point, 12, 10 on the 2nd to 12 of the 3rd. then 10 of the second, 12-10 on the third, and then 12-10-9 on the third. So all together now. Then from that point, I'm going to play 10-9 on the third, jumping to 12 of the fourth, back to 9 of the third, then 12-10 on the fourth, then 12-10-9 on the fourth. Let's try that all again from the start of this section. Then the last bit goes, and if I didn't mention it earlier, it's all quite triplety. So I'm going to be doing a pull off from 10-9 on the fourth, jumping to 12 of the fifth. Then I want to play 9 of the fourth, 12-10 on the fifth, and then resolve to the A at the end. So that whole descending run now. As you can see, I'm trying to keep it as legato-y as possible and pick it as little as possible as well. So what I want to do now is go through the whole thing at a gentleman's pace, and then we'll do it again even slower with some tabs. Here we go, right from the start. One more time with some tabs. I hope you guys enjoyed that legato lick. I hope you can up your chops in that area. If you want to join up with my Patreon, you can get tabs to this lesson. You can also get tabs to anything else that I've done. And I also have 2 books out. I know I always plug them, but why not? Ultimate Shred Machine is out now if you want to up your chops in shredding, sweeping, legato, and tapping. I also have my most recent book, Rock Mode Guitar Mastery, if you want to up your understanding of modes and how to use them in improvisation and composition contexts as well. Anyway, it's lovely to see you guys all again. I have some band news coming very soon and lots of cool stuff in the works, so I can't wait to share that with you. Anyway, I'll see you all very soon. Bye.